Hello again, it's Glenn Walford here from the Franchise Everything podcast, where we talk about everything and anything franchising. And once again today I'm at the Kwik Kopy HQ in Sydney, and I'm joined today by another franchise owner by the name of Suzan Lindsey from Shellharbour down in Wollongong. Susan, how are you?
Well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for asking.
I know it's a pleasure. I know it was a long drive. How's that traffic from Wollongong to Sydney? It's been years since I've done it.
It was okay.
Was it?
But yeah, the roads are just quite confusing, and I did take a couple of wrong turns.
Well, it's a good thing you don't have Melways or something like that open in a map.
Couldn't do it.
These days. No way. I can't believe we ever did it.
No.
So, Kwik Kopy. Now, we wanted to talk with you, and you were a story we really wanted to tell and talk about your franchise owner journey, because you're a family business with two franchises in two separate locations effectively.
Correct.
And you run one and you run one and your husband runs the other one, and you both do it quite separately, you tell me.
That's correct.
So it's a really interesting story we'd like to talk about how you do that, how you run it, and also the fact that you opened up a brand new one on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So Kwik Kopy. Why Kwik Kopy for you? How did it all begin?
My husband has worked for Kwik Kopy for a very long time. He did a printer. He's a printer by trade, and from there he went into Kwik Kopy. Mm-hmm. He's worked for them for a long time, and then when I met him, we got married, and he was still Kwik Kopy and print. And
So he was an employee in a Kwik Kopy business at that time?
Yes.
And where was that?
In Victoria.
Okay.
And then we got married and we moved up to New South Wales, and he went and worked for another Kwik Kopy in Sydney. And then we had an opportunity to move back down to Victoria, so we did that. I opened a business down there which had nothing to do with print.
And what was that business you were in?
I was a sonographer, did ultrasound 4D babies.
Wow,
so
okay.
we moved down there for 6 years, and he worked for Kwik Kopy again. And then we had an opportunity open up that we could move back to Sydney and for him to own his own.
So you've really bounced backwards and forwards, haven't you?
Yeah, we did.
Why was that? What was was it family or what was the...
Bit of family, bit of financial decision.
Yeah.
We had 3 young children, and we just thought, maybe this is a good idea, maybe it isn't. We moved to Victoria. It wasn't a good idea. We came back, tried different things, and then he did get asked to, if he wanted to buy his own centre. So we thought about that.
And that was location specific, was it?
Yep, that was in Five Dock.
And that's in Sydney?
Yes.
Yep.
So we moved back and we opened, we took over. It was a very rundown centre. Mm-hmm. And Paul, being in the print industry for quite some time, I knew he could do it. We all knew he could do it. He just didn't think he could himself. So listening to us, we took the gamble and we did it, and it's been very successful. So
what? Before we move on, how long was his experience in Kwik Kopy beforehand? Because we've spoken to another gentleman today in Kwik Kopy who had experience as an employee in Kwik Kopy as well.
Yeah,
so it seems to be a real path.
Yeah, well, Paul did a printer by trade when he was young, out of school, and from there I think his first job was at Kwik Kopy Coburg. Yep. So he was, I don't even really know, in his 18s, 19s, I think, somewhere like that. So he's had a very
Kwik Kopy.
A long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then when we came back up here, we took over Five Dock.
Yes.
And then I did the accounting, because I've got an accounting bookkeeping background. So
4D imaging of babies and bookkeeping background.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now print. Okay.
Yeah. So I sold
very very broad and diverse career.
Well, I try different things.
Yeah.
So then when we came back, I wanted to stay at home with our children, and Paul worked in the business on his own with staff, and I did all the bookkeeping from home. So as time went on, children got older, less independent, less needing me, a bit more independent, and I started to get a bit bored. It was just me and the dog at home.
And bookwork?
And bookwork, yeah. So I said to him, I think it was 2020, something around there. I said, I need another job. I need to do something. And I just thought I'd just go and work in a clothes shop, cover the lunch break.
A boutique and sell dresses or something, is that what you thought?
Cover the lunch break. But no, he had other ideas. He said, let's open another Kwik Kopy close to home. So that's where
at the moment, just so I can clarify, you're not remembering
I
the
live-
region too well.
Yep.
Wollongong to Sydney is obviously a fair ways. What, about an
Yes.
hour and a half?
Yeah,
Yep.
generally, hour and 40 minutes.
So Paul commutes daily
Yes,
on
he
that, does he?
does. Yes, and he's been doing so ever since we had it. So for 9 years he's been
9
doing
years.
that. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so he said, let's open another Kwik Kopy. Shellharbour was available, the territory, and there was not a Kwik Kopy there, so it would mean that we had to open a brand new one. So it was a bit daunting at first.
And that was to be, the plan was that was to be yours. So why didn't you jump and think Kwik Kopy straight away? Because you've got such a family experience in it, and you just thought a part-time job somewhere. Is that what your thoughts were?
Well, I didn't think I knew the books and the figures side of it, but I didn't think I could do the actual production side of it.
The operations side of it.
Yeah, it's a totally different thing. It's completely different. So I hadn't had any experience in that other than talking to Paul and experiencing his journey through it, and I didn't know what to do.
Do you reckon you were more daunted by that?
Absolutely.
Because you probably knew a little bit about it and thought, gosh, that sounds hard.
Yeah, but no, it was very daunting, yeah.
So what was the most daunting part of it, do you think? Like, what was the thing that sort of kept you up at night? The thought about what part of it can I do, or was it just everything?
Just everything. I think leaving the bookwork side of it and going to the actual in the centre working side of it.
Yeah.
That was, oh my God, can I do that? So I just thought, oh, well, I'll just give it a crack. Paul does really well in his centre. Maybe I can do really well in another centre. So
what was the process like? So how did you go about it? Is there any special in because you've already got a store, or how does it work?
Definitely. I because I had to be working in the centre, Paul wasn't. So I had to go through the interview process to see if I would qualify for it. I came up here and did my interviews, and then once I got the tick of approval, I had to find the location and all the logistics side of where can we put this centre, get that approved. Once that was approved, I came up here. We opened. It was very soft opening. Nobody knew we were there. So
Was that? Was it a deliberate thing to soft opening, or not promote it too heavily? Or
no, well, I just still didn't know what I was doing. I had to go and do 4 weeks training.
Yep.
So I came up here for 4 weeks and did my training, and then went back there, and my day one was day one. So it just evolved from that. Yeah.
So was there, in that period when you decided let's go for it and you had your interviews and everything,
Yeah.
were there moments at that time that you can recall that you were like, ugh, I don't want to do this?
No, I was excited.
You're up
I was
for
ready
it then.
for it, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, because you're funny, you think about people who are daunted. So you're a sort of decision, jump in, all in. That's the type of person you are, would you say?
Yeah. I thought there was no point of thinking, what am I doing? I just made the decision and knew it would be a good one. So, no, I just jumped in and did what I had to do. Yeah.
And what was the training like? Can you talk me through what the training was like? So what's involved in the training? So what aspects are they getting you ready for specifically in the training with Kwik Kopy?
Gosh, well, the first thing I had to learn was the paper sizes. So I had no idea about that. I knew what an A4 was, but that was it.
We all know what an A4
yeah.
A4, A3. Yeah.
And then there's just a whole lot of criteria that they go through and tick off. God, I can't even hardly remember most of it. A lot of, just understanding the quoting side of it, the figures side of it in a different way that I used to do them through the bookkeeping.
So the input figures as opposed to just dealing with what happened.
Yeah. And the system that they use, I had to learn that. I had to come up here. We went and looked at other centres, went and had an idea of how they lay it out and how they work, and that was really interesting and fun. I can't even think of what the training involved. It was long, but it went really quick, and it was fun. So,
how was it? 2020, that was COVID time. How was that? What impact did that have on?
So I opened, and then we had lockdown. So
joy.
It was hard, but it was kind of good for me because it eased me into it. We still survived. We did okay. People still needed a lot of printing through COVID.
Yes.
Which was good, and they came to us for it. So once I did that, just before it, I think it was, I made some little packs up and went and handed them around in my territory. We walked the streets. I had some help
little marketing packs.
Some help from my sales person, and a few other staff members came down, and we went around the streets and just handed out packs, let people know that we were there. And from that just kick-started. It just went off from there. So through COVID, it was locked down, it was quiet, but we were okay. We managed to get through.
So opening a new centre, so was that your main form of generating new clients? Is that what you just spoke about there, or what were the other key methods? Or were there any other, or that was the main one?
No, that was it. I had to get out there and I had to tell people that we were there, and we were there to help them, and if they needed anything in regards to the print and signage, they knew where we were. And here's a bit of information about me. We're a family business and opening up a brand new centre, and, come and see us. So that was it.
I imagine Kwik Kopy clients are quite sticky as far as their work. So if you've got a business and you do some great work for them, I imagine they just keep coming back on a...
They do now, yes, but that takes time.
Yeah, of course, especially to get that first visit. Is that right? Do you find once you get that first visit and you deliver on time, reliably, a good product, does it then generally flow on by there as long as you stay in contact?
Definitely, yeah. But it's not only, those few people that I took, 3 weeks to hand out packs to. That was just a tiny bunch of people. The Illawarra's, my territory was quite big, and I had to get out to everyone. So I did as much as I could in the time frame that I had, and, I just had to get it out there. So, that's what started it.
Yep.
I guess people Googling and looking up for printing.
Yeah, of course.
That's helped
regional, location-based.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you do now? Do you do the sales now, or have you got a salesperson?
When I can, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I've done it twice since that first one, so 3 times now that I have gone around to my territory, visiting everybody and dropping off little gift packs.
How long does it take you to do that?
A long
each
time. A long time.
Days?
Yes.
I can imagine.
Yeah. I try and do 3 to 4 hours a day when I was doing it.
Yeah.
And generally, I probably don't get out there the 5 days the week. But if I did 3, that was great.
And what is a business owner? What do the good business owners sort of tell you? So a good customer that when you've got someone who's looks like they're going to use your service, what's the interaction like? So is it a greeting? You get welcomed in? Are they? It's is it a relief to know that there's someone there who can sort that sort of stuff out?
Absolutely.
I'm just interested in the conversations and stuff.
Yeah, they now my loyal customers. They're very relieved that they can just hand something to me and they know I'll just take care of it. I don't go back to them with questions. That I know what work they need and I just get it done for them. And that when they collect it or we deliver it, that's a big relief for them to know that it's just done.
So what does a normal day look like for you? Is your day fairly consistent and fairly routine? Because and the size of your team and that sort of stuff. So how do you work within your business now?
Well, generally I start early, depending on how much I think I've got on. Most mornings I'm there 6:30, 7 o'clock. We open the doors at 7:30 till 4. And the first thing of a morning is I look at all my emails that have come in overnight, do my quoting. After that, I will do some admin and do payments and stuff that have come in. And then I go through and wrap and get products printing ready that's been printed the night before.
So you do operational stuff as well?
Yep. So I will go and wrap it and get it all ready to go out to the customer, and then I'll notify them and either deliver or they come and collect it. So at the moment there's just the 2 of us there. Damien, who's my son.
Yep.
He handles all the production.
It's been great working with your son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He handles all the production and we both just chip in when needed. But I predominantly do the quoting. I am teaching him a little bit when we do have the time, but just the 2 of us, we're flat out.
So you're looking at bringing on more staff? What's the plan for the
I
forward
would love
of the business?
to. Yeah, I'd love to. I think staff is the hardest part of running a business. It's very challenging. It's hard, and finding that right person who you put all this time and effort into teaching them everything. And since COVID, I think people just don't want to work. They just think it's a fill in for a bit and then they go, or they're not interested, they don't want to work, they'd rather be at home. So it's difficult. So the best...
It's gradually changing. I get the sense it's gradually changing in some ways,
Absolutely.
as things starting to tighten a little bit.
Yeah. So Damien and I, we work great together. I do have my husband who will help if I need it.
Yeah.
And our other son, Nathan, who works with Paul up in Five Dock.
Such a family. It's a whole family business, isn't
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are there to help as well. So
what's it like working as a family business? So what's it like around the dinner table? You're talking printing, or what happens at home?
Generally when we get home, yes, it is talk about work, how we went. And, we share exciting and interesting things that we did. And if we get a challenge, we will discuss it together. People quite often ring up and ask, can you do this? And the answer's always yes, And then you get off the phone and you go, oh, my God, how am I going to do that?
Isn't it the tagline we make possible? Like, so
That's it.
It's sort of by default you have to say yes, don't you?
So then if it's, something that's really difficult, we'll just wait till we get home and we'll discuss it as a family and have everyone's input. So we do tend to chat about work for a little while. I've got a daughter as well, and she tends to tell us that's enough.
To stop, because she's not coming in the business?
That's it.
No, she's not into it.
No. We've tried, but she's not interested. She's got her own career path. So yeah.
So what do you see? Do you see a future of your sons as well? Getting
Definitely.
franchises? Is that also in their plans as well?
The aim is for them to take over. Definitely. Wow. Yeah.
And is there potential for other territories? How does it work with adding on other territories or other locations, or are they very much operator-run type of businesses?
Oh, look, I think that's way down the track for me. I'm happy and content where I am, and my boys are happy and content to take over the ones that we've got. Paul and I would like to retire eventually and enjoy, our lives, and for them to step up and step in and take over is, what we wanted, and that's what they want. They see that we've provided for them a great life, and because of the business, the two businesses, so they want that for them and their families. So
what are the I'm interested in what are the challenges in working with your family? You're working so close as a family, obviously. What are sort of the challenges that pop up in trying to manage that, especially in growing a business from scratch? Are there any particular challenges that you have from that are common to within the family that you deal with, or that it would have otherwise been if you had staff, for example? Because I imagine Paul's got staff.
Paul has two staff, yes.
Yep. Is there a difference between
Nathan,
how it works?
Well, Nathan's Five Dock's a lot busier than I am, so he needs that. We don't have. If we have a problem, we chat about it. I can't say that there is challenges. I think we run a smooth ship in both centres. We talk about everything and we don't, push anything to the side. So I think probably the key thing is to talk, have an open mind and discuss everything. So I can't even think of a challenge.
No, that's all right. That's all right. If there isn't one there, don't make one up, that's for sure.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. It was just interesting if there was any key difference between having staff members and working with family members as well.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Especially if you're doing it in two locations.
I think we've got the better deal. They're loyal. They have the interest in the business. They they like to produce great work and know that what they're giving out is something that they would like to receive. And I think that's a bit different with some staff. I won't say it's with all because it's not, they're invested in the business. So their mind is a little bit different.
With excuse me, a frog in my throat. With opening that new store, how did the training? What aspects of the training that you can recall prepared you best? Is there certain things that were more challenging than other things in training? Was there stuff that you were concerned about in training that you ended up finding actually the training's actually worked quite well for it, or what was?
Yeah, I think that quoting is the biggest thing. How
is
much
that
to charge someone?
Okay.
And at times I still feel like that. I'm still in that position.
So what's the issue with that? Is it figure out margin, or am I going to?
It's understanding your costs, and finding a medium to know that you're going to get the job, win the job.
It's sort of a safe spot, is it?
Yeah.
And do you get it wrong?
Hard. Absolutely.
Yeah. How often do you get it? How often do you get it wrong?
Obviously
not too often because things are going okay. I get that.
Yeah. Look, it does get wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone said they never get it wrong, they're lying, because you do. I'm lucky that I have Paul that I can lean on, and if I do a big quote, which I'm like, what is this all right? I don't know. I sit there and I procrastinate for too long, and I just end up ringing him and I say, can you just please check this quote, because I'm not sure. And generally, I would say 85, 90% of the time he'll send me a text message back and say, it's fine, send it. So I just doubt myself, which...
Still?
Yeah,
Still?
absolutely.
Yeah, still 3 years down the track?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doubt yourself, but still successful. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that one. What sort of quotes worry you? What is it about certain quotes? So
Big signage
big
quotes.
signage quotes, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And what can go wrong with those?
Um,
What can go right? What can go wrong?
you underquote,
Yep.
because I think I need to reduce it so I get the job.
Okay.
And then when you actually do the job, it takes you a lot longer and there's a lot more involved, and you think, I didn't charge enough, and no wonder I won the quote. So
No wonder I won the quote, you think. Yeah, of course.
yeah. But look, I'm happy. I when I send out a quote, I have to be happy with it, and that's it.
I imagine the training's pretty thorough around that, though, isn't it? And the systems and processes with Kwik Kopy around that sort of stuff.
Yeah, signage is more difficult than digital print quoting. Digital's quite easy.
Yeah, because I imagine digital print, there's a lot less inputs into it.
Yeah. You've got to take a lot more into consideration when doing a signage. Where it's going and how high is it? How many people do you need to put it up?
Is that something that just comes with experience? Is there the more times you do it, the better and easier, or the more accurate you become?
And if you want to do it, if you look at a job and you go, I don't want to do that, it stresses you out and you don't want to.
So you do that sometimes? You think of some things that might be a bit outside the scope?
Yeah, but I don't say no to them. I just call Paul, my
So
husband.
just call Paul.
And say, just help me through it. What do I do? Where do I start? So, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what's your take on the future of the business? So what are you planning in the business now for going forward? So what it looks like from now, what do you see for the next couple of years?
Oh, to grow. I just want it to grow. And for Damien to do more of what I do, and for me to step back. In 5 years' time, I reckon.
Is it the 5-year plan, is it?
No, we sort of had a 5-year plan and we're into almost year number 3. But I think it'll take a little bit longer.
Why is that, do you think? Is it?
Damien's, he's only 19,
Yep.
just a bit more experience. He's great. I love having him there. He's fantastic. He knows what he's doing. He's excellent at production. But for him to step into my role, he's still, a little bit where I was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You procrastinate about a quote and, oh, God, I don't know about that. So
But maybe you'll always be like that.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe.
Probably. And he may well be as well. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there with that, to do that though, would you be bringing on more staff? So if you've got numbers to grow, you're going to have to bring on more staff, aren't you?
Have to.
Is that a skill that you think you need to develop more and work with Kwik Kopy on that, or is it just you just hire staff and just roll with it? Or
I've hired staff in before, and we haven't hired a production person before, someone to help Damien in production.
Oh, okay. So there's two very different fields. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
And that is mainly on the site training.
And that's more technical, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot more technical, a lot more works in it.
Yeah, and Damien will do that. Damien will teach them, not me. So he will be the training person. Yeah, but we have to bring someone else in for sure. We're at that point now where I've got to make a decision. I need someone else.
And how long you reckon? How far away is that decision, you think?
Oh, very close.
Very close. Very close. So that's it. That's the plan for that 5-year plan, is it? So going forward, pretty much bring another person, Damien, into the business and rolling on. How about Paul at 5 Doc? How does that work in amongst all that plan? Is it the similar cycle?
Yeah, definitely. But I think he is happy to work longer than me.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
I'll go back to my great life at home. I don't know.
So your great life at home, run a successful Kwik Kopy business, 2 of them, one keeps running and away you go, you're done.
Yeah, but I will always be involved with Damien. I still, down that track in 5 years, I would still want to be very much involved in helping him grow it. So me go out and walk the streets and,
Prospect.
introduce us. Yeah, prospect, yeah. Yeah. So let him in the business and me to get out there for him. So
Excellent. Well, it's a great family story. Well done on growing a brand new Kwik Kopy and
Thank
getting
you.
it up there and getting it moving. And thanks so much, Suzan Lindsey from Kwik Kopy Shellharbour, for joining us today on the Franchise Everything podcast.
Thank you very much.
Talk to you soon. Thank you. And thanks again for you joining us as well. We'll see you again soon.